It's a beautiful fall day in the Twin Cities and a perfect time for plant care. Hi, I'm Nick Tamble. In this segment, I'm going to share some plant care tips with you involving annuals, perennials, shrubbery, and ornamental trees. Follow me. Okay, we're right in the middle of fall cleanup, and what's next to do is removing all of the annuals from our garden beds. Now, they don't have a big root system, they can just be pulled by hand. Now, I'm throwing these onto a tarp. It creates a very nice open space. I don't have to mess with fitting stuff into little bags or anything, so I'm ready to move on to the perennials. Let's go. Okay, when we start doing perennial work, there's certainly tools involved. What I have with me here is a hand pruner, which can be used for taking off these flower tops right here, one by one. Now, if you want to go a little quicker, you can also use a head shear and it does the same job. Okay, this is a popular perennial called sedum and has a late flower bud that turns red. Most of us turning brown. We're taking this one down too. This perennial is a Siberian iris. Now it has a grass-like format right now, which kind of creates a nice winter interest that some people might leave up all year. In this segment, we're taking it down. This plant is an Annabelle hydrangea. Now they have an ornamental use to them. Some people make flower arrangements with them or wreaths. They've spent this year for us, so we are taking them down. There's no better time than the fall for transplants. Now what we have here is some perennial ground cover called the juga that I'm gonna move. I'm just gonna dig in and break off a section, pry it up, break it apart with your hands, and it's leaving us real nice clumps of ground cover like this. A clump like this could cost you up to $8 to $10. I have this garden bed already roughed up with a shovel, so I can just go in with these pieces of ajuga and basically work with my hands. I'm placing these about 4 inches apart or so, so within about a season or two, they're gonna form a nice mat just like the one that I cut it from. Ornamental trees get to be about 20 feet. This one right here is an ornamental crab called prairie fire. Okay, an important tip when you're pruning trees like this is I want to cut back to this node. So I'm going to cut right here, cutting with this angle of this next stem so you can see my cut is perfectly in line with that next branch. This here is a magnolia and it already has all of its flower buds set. So if it took a pruning, you'd have no flowers in the spring. Okay, we've covered annuals, shrubbery, perennials, and ornamental trees, but we've left out shade trees. I'd like you to meet somebody. This here is Joe from St. Croix Tree Service, and he's gonna help us with some things that are, let's say, out on a limb. Any certified arborist will come equipped with specialized gear from a helmet down to the handsaw. Joe is all harnessed up and ready to set his ropes. He's rigging up a 16-ounce throw weight to the end of a thin nylon throw line to get his climbing ropes high in the tree. Joe is using an advanced technique called the hip thrust. The motion involves strategic foot placement followed by standing up while pulling on the rope, allowing him to adjust his feet and repeat the process.
Now, a mature red oak like this, obviously it's been neglected. It's never been trimmed in its lifetime. So I could easily spend an hour, hour and a half in this, deadwooding it, proper thinning, reducing some weight off some weak attachment of trees. That's why it's so important to look up and take care of your trees.
A tree is one of the few appreciable assets on a property. They keep a home cool and are efficient at reducing carbon dioxide from the air. Hopefully these plant care tips involving annuals, perennials, shrubbery, and trees have been helpful to you. I'm Nick Tamble, and thanks for watching. For the many benefits trees provide for you, you should take care of your trees.